am here for one reason only. Hatred. All right, because I am officially a One Piece hater. You know, I mean, One Piece gets everything. You know what I'm saying? They get everything. I tolerated One Piece fans for a long time. All right, and I'm announcing the first video in my series of One Piece hate that will go all through 2024 as top 8 anime that deserve a remake more than One Piece. That's right. I told you this was coming. I told you. Like, I and all my niggas hate One Piece. All right. That was not a game. That was not like a troll. No, we don't like One Piece. Okay. All right. You know what I'm saying? I started off as a One Piece casual enjoyer. And I tolerated all the crazy One Piece fans that was like, oh my god, Gear 5 is like Super Saiyan. It's like when Goku went Super Saiyan. Oh my god. I tolerated all those people, but now that One Piece is getting a remake, nah, dog, I'm a full-blown hater. And here are 11 anime that deserve a remake more than One Piece. Oh, by the way, of course, if you want to continue getting videos like this from me, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all that good stuff that YouTube requires you to do to continue getting videos from me. Follow me at twitter.com/RSMario128. Like my video tweet, share my video tweet, and I will shout you out at this portion of the video. Unless you're a One Piece fan, because you know, we don't like y'all niggas. Hello, I don't want make it out the fake. Yeah, we starting off hot with this one, okay? Alright, I didn't even watch all of X-Arm, okay? I think I got through 13 minutes of one episode, and I was like, I'm good. I clocked out, man. I was like, I tried. I gave him my best shot.
No, I gave you everything I had. I
just couldn't get through it. But while the anime itself is probably one of the worst things ever been put to animation, the manga itself is, from what I hear, is kind of mid. All right, it's not nearly as bad as the anime, but it's not the greatest thing ever. And I think, honestly, maybe it could get one more shot. You know what I'm saying? All right, like, why not give X-Arm, the anime, the Brotherhood treatment, you know? Or not even the Brotherhood treatment. Why not just allow this show to not be ass? Like, you know what I'm saying? Allow it to not be straight booty cheeks, you know? Like, that would be great. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think that, you know, the fans of this deserve that way more than One Piece, a show that is technically still going on, you know? The Heroic Legend of Arslan, bro. This one right here was a personal one. All right, I was a huge fan of the latest iteration of the Heroic Legend of Arslan because this story has been around for a while. I believe it was a manga. No, it was a light novel that was turned into an OVA that was turned into a manga that was then eventually turned into an anime that we got probably, gosh, was 2016? Something like that. It's been a long time, you know what I'm saying? And the show was never finished. Like, the last season got all the way to the most crucial point of all the armies getting ready to converge on one point, and then it just ended. Like, we never got anything else from it because allegedly the ratings weren't that good in Japan after they moved time slots because of some other show. Probably One Piece. I wouldn't be surprised if One Piece didn't screw these people over too. But here's the thing though. Heroic Legend of Arslan is actually a really good story. Alright, and I think this show deserves either a continuation or a full-blown remake. I mean, because the show is almost like 10 years old at this point, if not 10 years old. And I think it definitely deserves a remake. Alright, we definitely deserve a redo. Even though I like what they did in the original, and I would just like them to finish it, I think this one deserves a remake. You knew this one was going. You knew this was going to be on the list. All right, you knew full well this was going to be on the list. The Promised Neverland most definitely deserves a remake. Okay, all right, like we need something to delete season 2 from existence. All right, because The Promised Neverland did not deserve to go out like that. All right, The Promised Neverland was the best show to drop in 2018, 2019 when it dropped. All right, and then it was the worst show when its season 2 dropped in like 2022. Insane how that could happen. How you go from here to here? How do you go from peak to garbage? Okay. Like, no, this show, like the ending of this show was literally a PowerPoint slide presentation.
No. Wait.
Oh my God. What is that?
And I know that Cloverworks was going through a lot, all right, because they was going through with, Wonder Egg Priority, their original show. You know what I'm saying? Like, the director of one of these shows had to go to the hospital because they were overworked. I get that. That's why I think this show needs a remake. All right, The Promised Neverland, the manga had its issues, but it didn't deserve this, okay? Yeah, I'm going here. All right, I'm going here, bro. This is a throwback. Most of you, well, my audience is kind of old. My audience skews kind of old, especially with the anime videos. So y'all probably remember this. But for you whippersnappers that don't, G Gundam. All right, look, I'm gonna paint a picture for you. Imagine the sophistication of a Gundam story, but it's told through a shonen lens with shonen battle anime like battles in space, the whole shebang. They scream out their attack names, you know what I'm saying? They get into these big long fights for episodes, and on top of that, it has that early 2000s kind of sort of racism in it. Just chef's kiss. All right, G Gundam deserves a remake. All right, can you imagine? All right, freaking Gundam shonen space battles with today's level of Sakuga. Can you imagine if Ufotable, all right, did G Gundam? Can you imagine this looking like something out of freaking Unlimited Blade Works or Demon Slayer?
Finish this guy off.
Right.
These hands of ours are burning red. Their loud cry tells us
to grasp happiness.
Burning finger. Setting.
Come on now. It definitely deserves a remake more than One Piece does. So I think I've mentioned this one a couple of times, especially, now since Pluto is a thing. Monster definitely deserves a remake, okay? Monster is actually a pretty good show. It just suffers from the time period that it was made in. All right, Monster, of course, is a show about a doctor who, he's basically a surgeon, a profound surgeon, and he has to save one of two patients. One being a little boy, and the other one being a prominent politician. He doesn't have enough time to save them both because they're both critically, in need of surgery, and he's the only one that can do the surgeries. So he chooses the little boy. And by choosing the little boy, he completely ruins his career because the politician that everybody liked died for new Hitler, essentially. Turns out the little boy, turns out that, he might be the new Hitler. And the story is actually really good. It's just that it suffers from that, early 2000s type of anime when it was coming to seinen anime. It's kind of slow. It's very bloated. It's like 65 episodes, and it probably doesn't need to be. There is some filler in here. This show could definitely use a remake, and I hope it gets one, especially after the success of Pluto. The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. Alright, so this one's kind of an obscure oldie. Alright, you might know about this one, you might not. But years ago, there was a comedy anime known as The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. And essentially, it was about a girl named Haruhi, who turned out to be God. And basically, the comedy hijinks that ensue by, God being a girl going to a Japanese high school. And the show itself was actually, it was pretty good. I think I watched it one time. But there is one thing. And basically, the comedy hijinks that ensue by, God being a girl going to a Japanese high school. And the show itself was actually known as The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. And essentially, it was about a girl named Haruhi, who turned out to be God. Imagine that. Imagine that little sequence if it went on for months.
Thought about killing myself.
Alright, there is a sequel. There are 8 episodes in Haruhi, the show, called the Infinite 8. And basically, they are the same episode done 8 times with subtle differences that you could, if you watch them, you could kind of decode and break the code and try to figure out what's going on before the story actually took place, right? Before the story actually continues to go on. Here's the thing, all right? This is the early 2000s. So this is the early era of the anime internet, okay? All right, there is no Twitter. There's no Facebook. There's none of that at this point. All right, YouTube ain't even really popping that much. This is the very early portions of the anime internet, okay? And, yeah, people got frustrated because remember, this show comes on once a week. So if 8 episodes are literally the same episode with subtle differences, yeah, people got mad. 2 months of the same episode. Like, if Haruhi probably deserves to get a remake to fix this. Now, the only problem is the Infinite 8 is kind of part of the lore of Haruhi at this point. All right, it's kind of part of it. So taking it out, would that damage the series or not? Either way, I think like the show would actually be pretty good to be reintroduced to a modern audience. You know what I'm saying? It definitely deserves a remake more than One Piece. Alright, this one was a late entry on the list. Alright, Scamboli just did like a massive video on a Comic Get Kill, and it kind of reminded me, I'm like, yeah, Comic Get Kill was different than the manga. Like, the manga ended like a little bit differently. It felt like the manga was one way, and then J.R.R. Martin came in and was like, no, I got the anime, I got this. Because that's what the anime for a Comic Get Kill was like, okay? Everybody was Dougie. Okay, everybody was. Okay, nobody was safe. Everybody was Ned Stark, bro. This is not one of them anime where it's like, oh, it's an edgy shonen anime where you've got the main character and his friends, and they all go to battle these edgy evil enemies to save the empire. No, it's not like that, okay? Where, he goes through hell and high water, but none of his friends die. No, everybody is Dougie, okay? All right, and I think that this show could definitely use a remake, all right, to be more close to the anime, to the manga, because the manga was a little different. Like, some characters survived the war and went on to have families. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, turned into dragons. I'm just saying, it happens. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think this show definitely deserves a remake. Now, the same thing I said about Haruhi, would getting rid of, like, the fact that all the main characters die for the most part, would that damage the show, since that's a big part of why people like the show or remember it in the first place? That's a good question. So, of course, you knew this was going to be here. All right. I think everybody thought of Berserk. And all the Berserk fans support me when I say, though none of us like One Piece right now. Since Berserk probably is one of the most deserving anime of a remake. All right. Yes, there was 2016 and 2017 and the Golden Egg movies. But still, okay, I'm just saying, we don't have to go back to the Black Swordsman arc. We don't have to go back to the first arc. We can start off after that. You know what I'm saying? Because technically, Berserk fans know the story. All right, we kind of know. You know, or maybe they could do like a movie, you know what I'm saying, that kind of like sums up the story and then go right into a remake. Like, okay, you seen the movie? Boom. Now let's continue to adapt the manga. You know what I'm saying? It definitely deserves that. I mean, it's one of the best manga stories ever told, and it doesn't have a good anime adaptation. All right, but yet One Piece, the manga that ain't even done yet, can get a remake. Come on, dog. Nah. And look, I'm not even a big Tokyo Ghoul fan. All right, I watched season 1, and then I heard the word of mouth for season 2, and I was like, nah, dog, I ain't doing it. Tokyo Ghoul, though. All right, I don't know what the Tokyo Ghoul fans did to deserve the adaptation that they got, but I think that was wrong. I think them people got done dirty, okay? And Tokyo Ghoul definitely deserves a remake. Now, here's the thing. Do you remake the original? Like, do you remake, like, from the beginning? Like, do you give it the whole full Brotherhood treatment? Which could be interesting, but Tokyo Ghoul is so kind of new that, I mean, people know the original, like, the story of season 1. You know what I'm saying? Would people be bored with seeing season 1 again until it gets to the new content, or what? You know what I'm saying? Because I think everybody can say that, oh, we don't really need Tokyo Ghoul AI 2+ quotation mark. We don't need to adapt all that. Look, throw that in the garbage. All right, we just gonna go buy the manga. Okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? I think it deserves one. It definitely deserves one more than One Piece does.
From Studio Ghibli, creators of the award-winning Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle, comes a breathtaking adventure. Tales from Earthsea.
Oh yeah, this one's for Goro. If you know, you know. All right. The Legend of Earthsea is a series of books that were adapted into an anime movie by Studio Ghibli, specifically Goro, the son of Hayao Miyazaki. All right, and this is probably one of the reasons why Hayao does not like his son's career, among other things. You know, but I think, you know, that aside, The Legend of Earthsea is actually a really good series of books, you know, that was adapted into a kind of bad anime movie. And it really wasn't like the narrative and stuff that was bad about the movie, is they tried to cram too much into one movie. Like, this would have been the perfect vessel for like modern like Hollywood, as far as the way they do things. Like, everything needs to have sequels. This would have been a perfect thing. Like, instead of splitting The Hobbit into 3 movies, they should have split The Legend of Earthsea into Tales of Earthsea into 3 movies. That's what they should have did. Okay, that would have been perfect. Now, I don't know if Ghibli had the money to do that, or maybe this could have been the authors or the holders of that property. Maybe that's what they wanted to do. But yeah, this definitely deserves. Earthsea deserves another go.
I am the hope of the universe. I am the answer to all living things that cry out for peace. I am protector of the innocent. I am the light in the darkness. I am truth.
And last but not least, Dragon Ball Z. So, of course, with the recent loss of Akira Toriyama, I think everything Dragon Ball related has been put on hold. I think Super's on hold. I think the manga and the anime, everything is kind of on hold right now. Even that new weird spin-off where like Goku becomes a kid or whatever, I think that one's also on hold. Because of course, you know, the death of Akira Toriyama. But I think that the original Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z could definitely benefit from a One Piece style remake. Because the main reason that One Piece is getting a remake, like I said in the previous video, was that, you know, they're basically remaking this story from the parts of One Piece from 20 years ago in the modern style since One Piece is becoming more popular. All right, and so there are probably anime fans that weren't born when One Piece came out in the anime, and they're not gonna go back and watch like the old, like the first arcs of One Piece. All right, I don't think they're gonna want to do that. So this remake would be for them, and I think the same thing can happen with Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball for that matter. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z fights with today's level of Sakuga? Bro, can you imagine if they redid Goku going Super Saiyan? Nobody would be even thinking about Gear 5. Like, what is Gear 5? Who is Luffy? Who is that nigga? I don't know him. Like, can you imagine that? Can you imagine if Mappa put that Mappa money, you know what I'm saying, put that Mappa sweatshop to work and made a DBZ remake? Bro, that's money. That's money, cuz. That's freaking MCU money, cuz. Come on, tell me that wouldn't be money. All right, you tell me it wouldn't be money and I'll call you a liar. Oh, man. That's about it, though. This was fun. This was actually a fun video to make. Hopefully, it gets some pretty good views. You know, like, comment, subscribe. You know, share the video around. Tell your friends about it. You know what I'm saying? Tell other people who hate One Piece. Trust me. If they're a fan of any of these anime, they probably hate One Piece. Tell them about it. Show the video to them. But that's about it for this. Like, comment, subscribe. And as always, people, remember, we hate One Piece.